What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven. This is Steven in Stereo, and in today's video, we're going to be checking out the newly released album from Taylor Swift, The Tortured Poets Department. I am so excited about this. I've been reacting to Taylor for several years at this point. I have so much fun with these releases, and though I don't always do the re-recording full album reactions because I'm very familiar with those albums, every time she puts out something new or vault tracks or whatever, I am absolutely there. So I'm so stoked for this album. Before we get into today's video, I just want to plug my Patreon. Everything I'm able to do is because of the people that support me over there. So when it comes to Taylor Swift, there's a lot of content. For starters, if you are watching this right now, the full uncut album listening party is available over on Patreon. I don't cut anything out. We just jam that album together. Obviously for YouTube, I have to chop a lot more up for copyright and pacing. So I definitely suggest, if you appreciate those more intimate settings, you guys definitely check out Patreon. I have over 70 videos when it comes to Taylor Swift. So not only the albums and album reactions and all that kind of fun stuff, but I've also done like all kinds of tours. I did the Eras tour. I've done the Red tour, or like a put together version. I did the 1989 tour. There's just so much content over there. So if you're interested at all in supporting me, as well as getting access to all of that, the link's in the description. All those things out of the way, like this video, subscribe, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Let's do this. This is Fortnight featuring Post Malone. Ooh. Okay, hold on. I already love the heavy, synthesizer giving me that 80s kind of feel. That is that Jack Antonoff production mixed with that little bit of that Midnights in 1989 feel. And this is only a couple seconds in. I also love her vocals right here. All right, I'm gonna shut up.
I was a functioning, I want years to blame. But what about your quiet treason?
Ooh. And
for a fortnight there we were, forever running to you, wanna kill her.
What?
All my mornings are...
Oh my God, whoa. All my days are just Monday mornings in an endless February, something along those lines. I feel like that's what we're gonna have a lot of in this album, is gonna be those like lyrical, like just poetry sandwiches where we really got to try to decipher. So hopefully at this late in the hours, I'm gonna be able to do that. But I already love that whole fucking line right there. Obviously, February being like the worst month of all, because it is when winter is just the worst. So obviously in a Monday morning, typically people hate Monday mornings, obviously. Then you have this awful weather forever in February. That harmony. I took the miracle move on drug and the effects were temporary. To me, that feels like, typically when you are in a relationship and then you fall out of it, you got to go get that rebound. That is the way you start to get over it. It's like as soon as you like have that closeness with somebody else, it helps you realize that you can move forward. So, but it obviously doesn't work forever.
And I love you. I touched you for only a fortnight. I touched you, but I sometimes ask about the...
So this is Taylor singing about a fling. I mean, that's a fortnight. We were together a couple weeks. This is the life that we kind of like experienced and shared. I think I've talked about this on the channel before, but like not all relationships are forever. Sometimes it really is. I don't even know what fucking word I just said. Sometimes it really is just a temporary moment in the story of our lives.
Now you're in my backyard, turn into where we were together, running to you sometimes.
Damn.
My sweater, now you, I wanna kill him. I love you, it's ruining my life.
Oh yeah. The two of them vocally, this is just something that I've been looking forward to, just them having a song together, just because Post Malone has some really cool moments in his voice, and I feel like the two of them just like it works over the synthesizer, right? Like that's what I really love. You have Jack Antonoff's production on this. You have the heavy 80s inspiration, heavy synthesizers. And when you have that and you have like Post Malone coming in with this little bit higher range than what he normally sings in, but you hear that little bit of rasp and stuff coming in, you can kind of like feel just how organic that is. So good.
For all the you is ruining my life. You is ruining my life. I said you.
Oh, this is what I mean right here. Like Post Malone has so many ranges that he can go with his voice, and just the styles of music that he does. So like over the 80s fucking just like synth worship, yes. Listen to how just like beautifully effortless it was for them to do that vocal transition right there. Come on, that was so good. Okay, so I really didn't know what to expect when it came to like what that was gonna be, like that collaboration. Obviously I knew it was gonna happen. I like what they did with this. I love, again, I'm a little biased because I have a big soft spot for just anything 80s inspired. I love synthesizers in music. It's just fucking beautiful. So I love this style so much. I think Taylor sounds incredible over this. It's why I'm such a big fan of 1989, but also why Midnights was so good to me, because I just love that style for her. So incredible there. But I love Post Malone's vocal style he uses here. I like that he's singing in that higher range. I think it really, I don't know, sort of felt like it complemented Taylor a lot in this. They're both like just at so high in their careers right now that I feel like this kind of collaboration feels right. It feels like the right time to do this. And this is such a cool song to do it. Ultimately, what I'm kind of getting from this is it kind of sounds like Taylor is singing about a 2-week fling, a fortnight, that person that's kind of like helping you get over a situation that you're in. Although what's kind of interesting is, and I don't know if we're singing from like different perspectives, but this song kind of felt like whatever happened in that fortnight, she actually like had really strong feelings for this person after that, maybe, or before. It's really hard to determine that. Oh my God, I'm a tortured poetry reader in this department. But that's kind of what I'm picking up on that. I love the style of this. I think they said this is going to be like the lead single. So that's fucking sick. We are putting the 80s new wave emphasis on the map. I'm just so glad to see so many artists utilizing the sound, because it just sounds so incredible. And it's such a great way to just landscape your fucking life. So this is the Tortured Poets department, which is really hard for me to say.
Typewriter at my apartment.
Fuck yeah.
Straight from the tortured like.
Honestly, that is what you have to worry about, right? You have to worry about the typewriter that ends up in Taylor Swift's hands. It just happens to come from the Tortured Poets department. Like, yeah, everything that we get from her comes from that damn typewriter.
Who uses typewriters anyway, but you're in self-doubt. And who's gonna hold you?
Oh, fuck yeah. Yes.
And who's gonna Patti Smith? This ain't the Chelsea Hotel. We're modern idiots. And who's gonna hold you like no fucking body?
I just love, like, as like Taylor gets older, it's fun to like grow older with her. Like we're not that far off in age. So like just to hear her like, you know, utilize fuck more in her songs, like that may seem so insignificant to some, but like I think it's really difficult too, because like she started out so young. So I mean, she has such a broad range of audience. It actually is hard, I imagine, to come to terms with like, okay, I'm going to do that, or I'm going to sing about this, or, you know, Reputation was like a big step, you know what I mean? So I don't know. For me, little things like that, it seems so silly and insignificant, but I think it just like paints a bigger picture of just growing, you know, like growing in music and growing in life at the same time.
7 bars of chocolate. We declare Charlie Puth should be a bigger artist.
Well, that makes a lot more sense now because I saw this on Twitter that everybody was talking about this Charlie Puth line because, you know, the album came out for people. And I saw this line on Twitter and I thought about, you know, like, oh, like I can't wait to see In Context. And it makes sense now. Like they're getting high, or at least one of them is eating a lot of chocolate. Talk about Charlie Puth.
You smoked, then I scratch your head. You fall asleep.
Harmonies like that.
Like a tattooed
Seriously, my
golden
favorite.
retriever. But you awaken with dread.
I scratch your head, you fall asleep like a tattooed golden retriever.
Fall asleep, and I chose this cyclone with you. And who's for
Just listen to this like 20-second production. Like as the song just starts building up and then dropping into the section, it's just so good.
to golden retriever. But you cyclone with you. And who's
Oh yeah, so fucking good.
hold you like me? Hotel, we're modern idiots. And who's gonna hold you like
I just love that note. I can't wait to hear a live version of this because I want to hear what all she does with that note.
I'm not Patti Smith. Jack about you, so I felt seen. Everyone we know understands why it's meant to be.
Wait, I feel like we get insight in so many ways because I feel like with Taylor, you never really know if, I feel like there was a point in time in her discography as it was progressing where you kind of like could pinpoint what those songs were about or who they were about. But then like, I feel like Folklore and Evermore really changed that because that kind of like songwriting from the perspective of telling stories, it started to exist in a much bigger spotlight in her career. Not to say that it hadn't always been there, but just in a bigger way. And so now, like sometimes you have to decide, are we singing about you? Are we singing about a story? But then she says things like here, like something about Lucy, and then I tell Jack, and then it's like, well, not only this is very much about my life, I'm even gonna like remove the wall. You could just see like, yeah, and I tell Jack, like we're not telling stories. I personally think that's really cool. And I also think it adds that personality because at the end of the day, you don't have to leave it for interpretation sometimes. I like that music can be interpreted and this song can mean something to you. And I definitely have a feeling of how I feel the song is, but I just like that, you know, you kind of have that like actual names. We're saying names, you know, it's real. Oh.
At dinner, you take my ring off my middle finger and put it on the one people put where. Who's gonna know you?
Letting the instrumental breathe right there too, it just really lets Taylor's
And you're
vocals
not
sound so
Dylan
good.
Thomas. I'm not gonna
Fuck yes. I think there's just so much like reverb, you know what I mean? We just have so much atmosphere to live in. I have really learned that people either love Jack Antonoff's production or strongly dislike Jack Antonoff's production. And that's fair. I mean, everyone has their own opinion to these things. My take on it, I am actually a big fan of his. He leaves a lot of space in the music. He really like adds the reverb, adds the delay, really like spends a lot of time with that and using a real, just true instruments. And that sound is so incredible. And I love that, the warmth that all of his music has, but at the same time, I feel like the 80s sound that he does, the sense that he uses, just the soundscapes that he uses across all the things that he produces sounds so good. So in this song, again, just hear it sounding incredible. And Taylor just sounds so good with Jack. I love it. Okay, this next track is My boy only breaks his favorite toys.
The sickest army doll purchased at the mall. Rivulets to thirst got me. My boy only breaks his favorite toys.
Okay, see, this is the shit I love, right? Like, again, 80s, love. Synthesizer, love. And the song, we've been in these situations, unfortunately, some of us have, where you end up in a relationship where someone treats you like you're the greatest thing in the world. They almost put you on a pedestal. They like give you all this love, but then like it almost seems like they break you down to like nothingness, and it's just because they love you. It's that old saying like, oh, he's only mean to you because he likes you. That is fucking not the way we should be teaching people how to fucking decide if people like you or not.
My boy and castles he destroys.
I'm queen of sandcastles he destroys. Like literally, I'm amazing at building up these amazing dreams and ruling over this castle of love that we're gonna have in these fantasies, but that's my boy. He's gonna destroy that too. Oh yeah, that whole vocal run right there. Listen, it just fits so perfectly with this beat. Listen.
Keeps this time, I know I'm just repeating myself. Put me back on my shelf. First, pull the string and I'll tell you that he runs.
There's just like, I'm sorry, there's a lot going on for my brain right now. There's drums going off in these crazy patterns.
Repeating myself, seen him when he first saw me. My boy only breaks his favorite toys.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be my jam.
Cause I knew too much. There was danger in the heat of my touch. It's all forever, so it's not
She still knows how to deliver just a fucking excellent like moment like this. I feel like every song she's ever made, well, that's a stretch because that would imply that every single song, but I would say across a large percentage of the songs she's ever made, there's always this one sort of like anthemic moment. There's always this kind of like big piece where kind of like all the energy kind of comes to life or like all pieces together, and that's this right here.
Castles he destroys. My boy only breaks his favorite toys.
Once I fix me, he's gonna miss me. This is what happens, right? We end up in these relationships, we fucking give so much of ourselves, we're broke down to nothing, and then we just kind of get lost in that, and that just becomes us. But like that moment that we finally fucking can actually look ourselves in the mirror and see what's wrong and make those adjustments to get out of that, you're right, they will miss you because they break you down to keep you.
He's gonna miss them with all the cans, 'cause he took me out of my box, stole my tortured heart, left all these broken parts.
Dude, I don't know like what inspired this moment for her in this song, but she fucking means all of it. Like you can just feel it.
Stole my tortured heart.
Fuck. Like I feel like that's a lot right there. Like it told me like I'm not enough. Like I'm not better. I'm not feeling better. I'm not enough. Me alone is not going to be enough to make me feel enough for this, to feel good for this, to feel better. I'm not going to be better off. And I think that's really hard in this because at the end of the day, we look at this situation in this, and obviously like the person in this should not be in this situation. You don't want to be in a relationship where you're constantly being broken down to stick around because it's all just a fantasy and a facade. It's these sandcastles. And like you said, you're the queen of kind of the owning this part of your life that doesn't actually exist, but you build it up in your head with somebody that it's like they don't want that with you, but at the same time they don't want you to be happy, so they have to break down those fantasies that you have as well. And then you think you're going to be better off, you think you'll be enough, but you're not, and then you're in that situation. I love her delivery in the song so much. I mean, at this point, like, what's to expect? Like, I know she's gonna fucking deliver, but it feels so anthemic. And I think that is something that I really loved about the 1989 album anyways, is I like that those 80s synth pop moments have such big anthemic moments, and she really does that in here as well. So, you know, it's a sad song all the way through, including the very end. The very end is extremely sad, but it's upbeat. Like, that's fucking... That's why I love synthesizers so much, man. You can do the world with it. Okay, this next track is Down Bad. Well, I love that.
Did you read where I came from? For a moment I knew cosmic love. Now I'm down bad, crying at the gym.
Oh.
Everything comes out, teenage petulance. Fuck it if I can't have him.
So I just, this is what I love about the growth of her music, is like the personality has always stayed so real for me, but I feel like it gets more real with time. And I mean that in the personality that she puts in her lyricism. As you're listening to this, it sounds like it sounds like something that has happened to you. You've sat out front of a gym in your car being down bad, like you've been there. But like, I like it that she has the ability to give us like a folklore style, which gives us this crazy world building moment, but then also give us this down bad, just real style where it's just us kind of like just talking to each other.
Now I'm down bad, crying at the difference, down bad, waking up in blood. Staring at the sky, come back and pick me up. Fuck it if I can't have us.
Oh, I love that fucking cadence right there.
Staring at the sky, come back and pick me up. Fuck it if I can't have us.
So sick.
I might just not get up, I might stay down bad.
It also makes me feel better that Taylor Swift feels the same way we do sometimes. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I have felt that way about people. I have felt that way in a situation, in a relationship, and then I fucking feel like it's the end of the world, and you really do just sit out in the parking lot and you're kind of crying thinking, I don't care if I ever get up again. And it's fucking crazy because you move on a few weeks later and it's like, I can't believe how I felt in that moment.
Fuck it if I can't have him. Down by same old town that somehow seems so hollow now. They'll say I'm nuts if I talk about the existence of you. For a moment, I can't have him.
Oh man,
Might just stop.
her high vocal in the back,
Everything comes out, teenage petulance. Fuck it if I can't have him.
so
I
good.
might just not get up, I might stay down bad. Like I lost my twin. Fuck it if I can't have him. Down bad.
It's so vibey too, and I feel like there is kind of a moment where you do kind of like dwell in this piece when you are down bad, when you are this sad, when you're kind of like at your lowest. I feel like it is that moment that I like to, like, I haven't been in that place in a long time, but like I like to sulk in that moment sometimes, put on the tunes and kind of just like experience that piece that I'm living in. And it kind of feels like, in a way, I'm getting that vibe from Taylor based on the vibe of the song, where it's almost like, I'm gonna just embrace this vibe because fuck it, if I can't have you, this is gonna be kind of the experience anyways.
Down bad, waving at the ship. Fuck it if I can't have him. I'll build you a fort on some planet where they can all understand it. How dare you think? Cause fuck it, I was in love.
Fuck. Dude, this is what I'm saying. Like, she fucking, whatever the inspiration is, she means it. Like, there's a difference between playing the song and fucking playing the emotion.
Leaving me safe and stranded. So fuck you if I can't have us.
Woo!
Cause fuck it, I was in love. Down bad, crying at the gym. Everything gone bad, leaving it if I can't have him. Like I lost my twin. Fuck it if I can't have him. Down by waving at the ship.
Fuck. There's just so much like I feel like there's so much wind effect throughout this. It's actually really sick. I'm sure that's not even what it is. It's just what I hear. I love this song because I feel like we've all been here. And that's kind of what I'm feeling about this album in general is Taylor's just reminding us that, hi, I'm a fucking human being too. And where you've been, I've been there too. I feel like Taylor's always given us a life experience in her writing anyways, something I've always been pretty fond of. But I really do enjoy this sort of like even more personality that she's giving us in our writing. I feel like that is kind of the benefit of going more for the like the tortured poet kind of feel, where it almost feels like you're like, I don't know, you're like the emo kid in high school. Okay, maybe we've all been there, right? And like you just have this way with your words, and you have this way to be able to write and sing about what you're going through. And it's just really cool to hear, I don't know, Taylor do that so well, especially on a track like this. I just think she sounds fucking awesome too. Okay, it's a track 5. Yeah, I mean, we know what that means. So this is So Long, London.
I saw in my mind fairy lights through the mist. I kept calm and carried the weight of the
that
rift.
reverb on her
Pulled
voice.
him in tighter each time he was drift.
Ooh, stop trying to make him laugh. Stop trying to drill the safe. That gives me that kind of vibe of like, stop trying to do anything to break down his wall. Like obviously he's hiding something, or he's kind of like locked up, and maybe you should just stop trying to get him to spill the beans, dude.
How much sad did you think I London?
Oh shit.
You'll find someone, a house by the heath.
Fuck.
I stopped CPR after all, it's no use. The spirit was gone, we would never come to.
I stopped CPR, it was no use. The spirit was gone, it would never come to. The relationship was dead. We could not resuscitate something. We were just hanging on to nothing.
Stop, you let me give you all that youth for free.
Pissed off, you let me give all that youth for free. Okay, I got at least an idea of what this might be about, and that's true. I mean, of all things that you give up in relationships, I feel like when you look at long-term relationships that didn't work out, and you look at when they happened and how much of that life you don't get back, the best thing you can do is sum it up to now you have some life experience, because otherwise it's really grim to look at it any other way.
For so long, London, I'll find someone.
Oh my God, her delivery is everything. I love that emotional kind of tension that you feel there.
And you say I abandoned the ship, but I was tied to your quiet resentment, and my friend said it isn't right to be.
There's just so much happening right there that I feel like I have to just stop it so I can, like, what the fuck? So this entire first part, I am going down with the ship, our dying relationship. I'm clinging on, white knuckling this as tight as I can, holding on to your quiet resentment. What the fuck?
Every day a love affair, every breath think I'd go for it, self-implode for it, have to go. You sacrifice us to the gods of your bluest days.
You sacrificed us to the gods of your bluest days. Now, as you guys know, I don't know a ton about her personal relationships, and that's kind of on purpose. Like, I know some of the relationships she's been in and stuff, but I try to learn just through the lyrics of the music, not what anybody else says about them. And in this, to me, that sounds like sadness is what separated her from her long-term relationship. It feels like at the end of the day, that person was unable to decide if they could really stay there, if they wanted to stay there, because they seemed to battle with their own demons, which I personally totally understand. But at the same time, just because you're battling with those things, that doesn't make it okay to have collateral damage. And that is kind of what Taylor is singing here, is that maybe she was collateral damage in that, and it was a relationship that she really wanted.
And I'm just getting color. London had a good run, not the one. So
But I'm not the one.
find someone.
I mean, I think Tortured Poets Department really is like an amazing fucking album title for this album, because she's really fucking diving into her feelings in this, and this is something that is nothing new, but I feel like Taylor's given us like a different side of vulnerability, because I feel like rather than just giving us speculation and kind of like putting situations out there that may or may not pertain to her, I feel like we're getting like a different kind of view into these things. It's almost like the perspective of, I'm reading journal entries, or like I'm witnessing fights that you're going through. I feel like I'm witnessing information I shouldn't be privy to. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of how this feels. That's how intimate this feels. And I feel like it's got to be a very difficult challenge to write the song, make those lyrics poetic the way you want them, but still keep them personal, and find a way to make that into a catchy song. And all of that is just like demonstrated so perfectly in this track. So Long London lives on as a track 5, just a delicacy. And I'm going to explain why. The pain that you feel in Taylor's voice is exactly what I expect from a track 5. She's fucking hurt. She meant every word of this. She feels everything about this. She is so like, she was so invested in this. And I feel like this is her therapeutic session to kind of work away from that. And you can just feel the pain. And I feel like that delivery, it hurts as a fan. It hurts as a music listener. So you know it fucking hurts to be Taylor. And she's so good at capturing that. All right. But Daddy, I love him.
Learn these people only raise you.
Oh, shit.
Sarah's and Hannah's in the Sunday best, clutching their pearls, sighing
Well, yeehaw.
mess. I just learned these people try to rise above it.
Oh.
They slammed the door
Easily one of my favorite vocal styles from her, but y'all already know that.
on my whole world. And I'm having this baby. No, I'm not, but you should see your faces. But he's the one I want to
Oh,
the
dude. They fucking wrote that chorus so well. And I mean that in the sense that Taylor wrote great lyrics for this. And I feel like it's Aaron and Jack on this. And I feel like they just wrote that instrumental to just fucking feed that chorus in the best way. That like snare, like just snap sounds so good.
revelry, bedroom eyes like a remedy. Soon enough, the elders had convened down at the city hall. Still was the words we never heard, just screeching tires of true love. And I'm running with my dress unbuttoned, screaming, but Daddy, I love him. I'm having his baby.
That is just such a good melody. Come on, what the fuck?
Never heard, just I'm telling him to floor it through the fences. No, I'm not coming to my senses. I know he's crazy, but he's the one.
Such a big song. Fuck, this could have been a
I'll tell you
single.
something right now. I'd rather burn my whole life down.
Oh my god.
Listen to one more second of all this busted empires for me.
Wait a minute. I can't tell if we're telling a story or if these are all metaphors for Taylor's life, because does this not feel like she fell for somebody that maybe her parents didn't approve of, or maybe the rest of people, the internet, maybe people wouldn't approve of. And she's over here saying, I don't want to listen to this bitching and moaning. I don't want to sit here and have to like stand up and fight for all these things that I want. I'm not coming to my senses. I'm not doing anything crazy. I just love this person. I want to be with this person. And you can like feel that in this chorus too. Again, solid production.
God save the most judgmental creeps who say they want what's best for me. Sanctimoniously performing soliloquies I'll never see.
Oh God.
Thinking
Sanctimoniously performing soliloquies I'll never see. Why are you doing this to me, Taylor? My poor brain.
can change the beat of my heart when he touches me and count. If all you want is great for me, then it's just white noise, it's just my choice.
Oof.
There's a lot of people in town that I bestow upon my fakest smile. All the wine moms are still holding out, but fuck 'em, it's over. Now I'm dancing in my dress in the sun, and even my daddy just loves him. I know he's crazy, but he's the one
I feel like I have goosebumps.
right now. You ain't gotta pray for me. Scream about daddy, I love him.
What the fuck?
I'm having his baby. No, I'm not.
No, I'm not.
It's you. Should see your faces.
I love the
My
first
God, you should
fucking
see
album.
your faces.
I gotta say, this has been like such a cool time to be a Taylor fan, because I feel like we're really seeing her stop caring so much. And like, and I mean that in like the best way. I mean, like, I feel like she's just letting us in more in the sense that she just no longer gives a fuck. Like the fact that she was at Coachella and like just living her best life is fucking sick. And that seems so silly to even like care about. But like, I feel like there's like a lot of her career where she just kind of like was mysterious in a way. Not like mysterious like we never saw her, but like I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like the personality shines through the music in a whole different way now, if that makes any sense. I feel like, you know, before, like when she'd write songs, they would have a broad like target, and I guess all these songs really do. They have like a broad spectrum of like sound and like lyrical content, and I guess you could like, you'll find like the thing you love from Taylor from all these songs. But I feel like when you're looking at the evolutionary piece of it, I just feel like it's almost like she like let the walls down a little bit and let us in, like took the locks off. It was like, all right, come like into my personal life. I feel like that really started with Folklore, even though that was storytelling and world building. I feel like the personality and like the more intimate lyrics and the more like vulnerable lyrics really started to push through. And I feel like now where we're at, I mean, this is an absolute banger of a track. And it also just feels like there's just so much like life in it. I feel like this song existed in an entire fucking world of its own for 5 minutes and 40 seconds. That's so cool to me. Music is the coolest fucking thing in the world. I will die on that hill. All right. Fresh Out the Slammer. My bad. Uh-oh.
Fresh out the slammer, I know who my first call will be to.
Hey, that's
Out the slammer,
that's the real love.
another summer taking cover, blowing thunder. He don't under gray and blue and fights and tunnels, handcuffed to the spell I was under. Florence in the shade of how he was feeling.
I get it. The slammer is like the jail cell of this person's love. At least that's how it feels, judging by what we're hearing so far. I'm like, there's times when I'm like, I don't say anything because I'm really trying to pay attention. And sometimes, especially again, as Taylor has evolved as an artist, her music gets harder to understand on first listen for me.
I'll be alright. I did my time home to
Oh yeah.
you. My first call will be to.
See, that's also interesting too, because this sounds like fresh out the slammer. I'm in this relationship. I'm sort of locked down in love right now. But maybe when that's over, I know the first person I'm going to call when I'm free from this.
Fresh out the dust the ashes off the ledge. No better, I will never.
Oh, that's the other thing. Like, if you just heard that. So, like I said in my letters, I basically, I've learned now. I know better than to ever do this again. So it's like, okay, we had this closeness, and then I went and got in this relationship, and then I didn't want to be in it anymore because I kept thinking about you. So now that it's over, I've learned my lesson. I would never go back to that.
My friends try for just one glimpse of his, all of my poems. Now we're pretty baby, I'm running.
Oh.
To the house, we still wait up in that porch like leaves. To the one who says swings, wearing imaginary rings. But it's gonna be.
Dude, she's fucking. Oh, I feel like the writing sessions, I feel like just her mind, anytime we've seen like making the records and stuff, you see how her mind works with music. So I get so fucking stoked when I hear certain things that she does in music, like the entire mood change. I guess like not even mood change so much as the intensifying of the mood that occurred at the end of this song is it's just one of those things that I love so much about Taylor and her ability to do, the ability to just grab your attention through that whole song and then also like pull your emotions at the end towards another piece of this. And I feel like all to say that this song is just sort of like an ode to somebody that you fall in love with when you're young, and maybe you guys are either too young to be together at that time, or maybe you're always either with somebody, whatever it is, but you kind of always feel like that's your person. And then maybe you have them, maybe you don't, but then you get in these other relationships, and it kind of seems like for her, she likens this to being almost like a prison sentence. But then when she gets out, she knows exactly who she's going to call, the person she should have been with all along. Something that, you know, when they were young, they were just playing with imaginary rings and stuff, not knowing that, you know, at one point, maybe they could actually be sharing that life together. So I love that. Sounds fucking incredible, dude. I love that mood shift at the end. Like, that takes a level of skill to be able to just, all right, this is Florida. With Florence and the Machine. Oh, shit.
I guess it must be true. And my friends all smell like weed or a little baby.
I feel like that really is like getting older. You either have like you yourself or like your friends, the homies. They either smell like weed or not necessarily weed, metaphor for just like partying. They smell like life. They're just going out there living, right? But then you have friends at that same age that took the other way, or maybe they're doing the same thing too, but you got the ones that take the age that they're having kids now and stuff. I definitely feel like I'm at that age too, where I start to see like, oh, like I have like friends that like have full on families now. It's crazy.
And the city reeks of driving myself crazy. Little did I try.
Oh, everyone in Destin right now is like, that's us.
A hurricane with my name when it came. I got drunk and I dared it.
A hurricane with my name when it came. Like that. Come on, Florence Welch is just so good.
The hurricane, my ghost, we had a hell of a time. Yes, I'm haunted, but I'm feeling
so much
just
power.
fine.
I'm haunted, but I'm feeling just fine.
All my girls got their lace and their crimes, and your cheating husband disappeared. Well, no ain't a song. Little did you know you're 100. Only the time you'll get arrested is one hell of a drive.
Fuck. This song has so much like it's giving me Lana vibes so hard. I feel like she should have also been on this. Wait, Lana's on on that. Am I just hearing this? Like maybe I'm not, maybe it's not at all, but I definitely fucking hear her voice.
Little did you know your home's really only the town you'll get arrested. So you pack your life away just to wait. Florida, can I use you? Florida.
Well, that's my favorite song on this album. That's fucking incredible. Honestly, the metaphor, have no idea about the song lyrically. I tried to figure it out. The only thing I can think is it's likening it to this idea of just escaping everything and going to Florida, which it seems like people do. And it seems like you try to leave behind your life, all the things you did before, and you move to Florida. You move away from everything. And there's also this kind of like lore around Florida where it's kind of this like lawless atmosphere, but because the Florida man jokes. And I feel like there's sort of, I feel like this song is like tongue-in-cheek about that. I gotta say the delivery of this though is everything for me. I could listen to the song over and over again. Taylor sounds absolutely incredible. If that's not Lana's vocal on there or being sampled from something or whatever, I'm gonna be shocked. But if that's Taylor, I'm fucking stoked because that sounds so, I just love that sound. Florence Welch is absolutely incredible. She dominates in the most amazing way when it comes to this sound. And I feel like her and Taylor on a track was so powerful. It is something that I don't think I really anticipated what that was going to be like, but we've just seen so many versions of Taylor now that we've seen so many Taylor's version that you really don't know what to expect when it comes to what she's going to want to do with a collaboration. You know, she could, take it a whole different way, but I'm glad that the song was just as anthemic and big as it had to be with Florence Welch on it. It sounds incredible, and Taylor just brought an amazing energy. So sick. Guilty as Sin.
While my boredom's bone deep, this cage was once just fine. Am I allowed to cry? I dream of cracking locks. I'm mad or wise. What if he's written mine on my upper thigh? Only in my mind when things we never did. Messy top lip kiss. How I long for our tryst. Without ever touching his skin, how can I be guilty as sin?
I'm trying to pay attention to the lyrics here. This is really interesting because it sounds to me like, I feel like she's saying guilty as sin, so it makes me feel like when she says didn't touch his skin, I think of cheating immediately, which is probably maybe what the song is about. But I like it because it's from the standpoint of I didn't physically cheat, but I would argue that physically cheating on somebody is probably better than emotionally cheating on somebody. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I feel like, I don't know, personally, if the person I was with told someone else they loved them or was like sharing those like inside jokes with each other 24/7, I personally would have rather been cheated on in the physical way than that. So that's kind of what I'm picking up on this. I could be wrong. I'm always wrong.
Your actions talk, these fatal fantasies, giving way to labored breath, taking all of me. We've already done it in my head.
See, that's the thing too, right? That's hard. Like, I mean, if you're fantasizing about somebody else, and here's the thing, like, I think like you cannot help what your brain does sometimes. Like we all understand that, right? Like thoughts are just thoughts, but like when you act on them, that's one thing. But like, if you are like consistently thinking about this, like in my opinion, like you're probably distancing yourself from the relationship that you're in anyways, because you're living in a fantasy in your head.
Why does it feel like a vow we'll both uphold somehow? What if you
I don't know. With how descriptive she is, that, I mean, I know it's just thoughts, but still, there's something there.
They're gonna crucify me anyway.
True.
What if the way you hold me is actually what's holy? If long-suffering propriety is what they want from me, they don't know how you've haunted me so stunningly. I choose you and me.
Wait, hold on. I feel like we gotta unpack that.
If long-suffering propriety is what they want from me.
Is she talking to us? And by us, I don't mean us, but like, is she somehow implying in this notion that perhaps people want this sort of like long-standing sadness with somebody because when Taylor is sad, music is coming out? That's, you know, this is the theory here. And I've heard this time and time again. I've talked about this band so many times. Bayside, favorite band, but they've had songs about this. The singer Anthony, like, tried to get out of depression, you know, he moved on, got a relationship and stuff. And it's like, am I not allowed to be happy because now people don't want to listen to my music? The record label's giving me a hard time because I'm not writing sad songs anymore. So I get it.
They don't know how you've haunted me so stunningly. I choose you and me. I keep recalling things we never did. Messy talk, lip kiss, how I long for our tryst without ever touching his skin. How can I be guilty? Am I allowed to cry?
Fuck. Dude, I wonder, like, so I don't know if those handful of lyrics were really aimed at, I think it just means like just people as a whole, whereas you're working on this relationship and it kind of feels in this song like it was somebody that she had really been into for a long time, somebody that she had fantasized about for a very long time, at least that, I mean, I'm recalling things that we haven't done. Like, she obviously cared about this person a lot. And I don't know if they ever got together or if they did and it didn't work out. I don't know, but I just kind of feel like this guilty as sin thing, it's like the world's never going to know just how much I already like shared with you in my mind because I've had this thing for you for so long. So fucking the delivery on this is incredible. That whole last section, her pulling an acapella second before that, like, or that acapella moment before the instrumental came back in, it's fucking top notch. All right, who's afraid of little old me?
The who's who of who's that is poised for the attack, but my bare hands paved their paths. You don't get to tell me about sad.
Oh shit.
If you wanted me dead, you should have just said.
Is this gonna be my favorite Taylor Swift album? Because I'm already feeling like I am being drawn to this sound in its entirety. It's almost like it's an extension of folklore in a way that I really appreciate. It's like if Folklore, Evermore, and Midnight's sort of like all came up with an idea together of what kind of music they could put out. And I'm getting that kind of lyrical content with that kind of like just sound. You know, that folklore sound.
Nothing makes me feel more alive. So I leap from the gallows and I levitate down on me.
Oh shit.
You should be.
Yeah, now come on. You already know this song is gonna be all over fucking social media. It's gonna be that section. Everyone's gonna be doing fucking TikToks to that.
Tell me you feel bad.
Oh, you can feel the tension in this song.
I broke. Let's hear one more joke. Then we could all just laugh until I cry. So I leap from the galley. I was tamed, I was gentle till the circus life made me mean.
I was tamed and gentle till the circus life made me mean. Hey, I was chill when I got into this. Your shit did this to me. Your influence, your power, everything that I've been around, everything that I've had to see and experience because of this has turned me into what I am now.
Worry, folks, we took out all her teeth. Well, you should be, you should be, you should be.
This is really something she can sing about now, because you should be afraid, because Taylor, it's not just little old me now. Little old Taylor has all of us on back, right? We're all there standing on business for Taylor, but at the same time, I mean, she's a billionaire at this point. She's got more power. She has the kind of power that can change legislation. You've literally seen it. So I feel like, I think a lot of people should be afraid of little old me.
Should be, should be, you should be. Hurt me, but
Do it again.
what if they did? I wanna snarl and show you all the cobwebs. I'm always drunk on my own. That I'm fearsome and I'm wretched and I'm wrong. Put narcotics into all of my songs, and that's why you're still singing along.
Tell him, Taylor.
So I leap from the gallows and I live it.
If you think about it, it's true, right? Like being in a celebrity, being in the spotlight that Taylor is, this whole world is painted about you, and she's likening it metaphorically to that house down the street that the lady lives in, that's sad and scary, and you can't go to the lawn, and all these things, and all this stuff's painted about you, and your life is essentially being told to you in a whole different perspective, but you're built up into this monster, and it's like, who's afraid of little old me? Like, it's just me. Like, I'm just doing this thing, you know? But then, you know, maybe you should be. Like, maybe I do have the power to do that.
Don't you worry, folks, we took out all her teeth. Who's afraid of little old me? Well, you should be, you should be, you should be.
She sounds so good on this album.
'Cause you lured me, and you hurt me, and you told me who's afraid of me.
Dude, this is like it's a fucking call out.
Who's afraid of little old me? Who's afraid of little old me?
Fuck, dude. She's got oh, I just had to hear that fade out a little bit. She has like, she has me by fucking grip on this in the most like beautiful way. This song, there's so much tension in this. This song, I feel like it's a broad kind of message. I feel like it is a call out. It's who wants a piece? Like, who's fucking with me? Like, who wants to find out? And I feel like it's kind of important because society, I mean, Taylor Swift's growing up. She spent over half her life at this point a celebrity. So like, people are going to make narratives about you. They're going to write this world about you. They're going to say every single thing about you. They're going to want to tear you down. They're going to want to do all this stuff and write you in to be this monster just because of the power that you have. That's the only reason that they do it. At the end of the day, who's afraid of little old me? All the people that can't help but consistently try to like bring Taylor Swift down. It's crazy to me. This goes for anybody. Like I see like Stan Twitter and stuff, and I see like how people will talk about artists that they don't like, or artists that are in a similar category that their artists are, or even worse, just two artists and they just decide that I only like one, I can't stand the other, and they'll just shit on them, and you read all this stuff, and it's crazy. But like, then you kind of listen to what she's saying here, and it makes sense. It's like, what is the threat? Why is everybody coming for me and trying to say all these things? What is it exactly that I pose to you that you're so worried about? So I personally like this because I do like that it's just a call out. It's kind of like, hey, you need to own up to it. Own up to how you feel, and then also tell me why you're afraid of me. All right, I can fix him. No, really, I can.
The jokes
dark.
that he told across the bar were revolting and far too loud. They shake their heads saying, God help her, Texas highway. His hand so calloused from his pistol softly traces hearts on my face.
Woo!
And I could see it from a mile away, a perfect case for my certain skill set. He know really I can, and only I can. Good boy, that's right. Come close, I'll show you heaven if you'll be an angel. All night.
I love this. You know why? It's giving me False God vibes, which is my favorite song on Lover and arguably one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs. But something about the emotion in that song, kind of like the kind of the passion. I feel that here too.
Close, I'll show you heaven if you'll be an angel. All night.
Oh,
Trust
man.
me, I can handle me a dangerous man. No, really, I can't. They shook their heads saying, God help her, when I told them he's my man. But your good Lord didn't need to lift a finger. I can fix him. No, really, I can. Whoa, maybe I can't.
I love the end of that. Whoa, maybe I can't. I like this because you can feel this sort of sense of danger. And also, again, like with a lot of these songs, there's this tension in this song too. And I love that because it really paints this sort of outlaw picture and you kind of feel like you're in the Wild West for a minute. So I love the production and just Taylor's delivery on these vocals to make me feel that way. And I just love at the end, again, more of that personality, more of that just like removing the barrier and just being a human, you know, I'm Taylor Swift, the person singing about this stuff. And I love that because it breaks the, whoa, maybe I can't. Little moments like that in production make it feel so much more real, especially since this album is going to be so fucking big. It's so cool to see a record going so big and then being so personal. This next track is Loml. I'm just love of my life, maybe.
Just kids, babe. I said I don't mind. It takes time. Never before and never since. If you know in one glimpse, it's legendary. You
oh my
God.
Dude, her vocal delivery like this, it gives me a little bit of like just Lover era kind of sounds, but I love when she gets like emotional like this.
Never before and never since. If you know it in one glimpse, it's legendary.
Oh.
You and I go from one kiss to getting married, still alive, killing time. And of God, Holy Ghost, you told me I'm the love of you. When your impressionist paintings of heaven turned out to be fakes, well, you took me to hell too, and all at once, the ink. Never before and ever since. If
Fuck.
you know it in one glimpse.
It's true. I mean, you know, they say that you only fall in love once, and I don't know if that's true or not. But if that's true, then it explains like what Taylor is going through in the song. Like when you feel something that is so powerful and so strong, this magnetic force that you have with somebody, this power that overtakes you, and then like it's not there. How do you like, you can't ever replace that again. It's that high that you're chasing that you're never going to have again. And you're going to compare every relationship that you ever experience again to that one because of just how important it was.
Legendary, what we thought was for all time was momentary. Still alive, killing time. Mr. Steal your girl, then make her cry. He said, I'm the love of your life. Recall how we almost had it all.
My heart hurts. I want you to know I'm not talking a lot because my fucking heart hurts. Because it's like one thing to like hear it in a song. It's one thing to read it in a lyric. It's another thing to hear the pain of it, the reality of it, the truth of it. You shit talked me under the table talking about wedding rings and cradles. Like this girl wanted all of this from you and you fucking blew it. And you like you could just feel the pain. Oh fuck, dude. Like, ugh.
Dancing phantoms on the terrace. Are they secondhand embarrassed that I can't get out of bed? Cause something counterfeit's dead.
I can't get out of bed because something counterfeit is dead. I'm embarrassed. Or do I have to feel embarrassed because I can't get out of bed because the relationship that I had to pretend it was more than it was, or that it was something that it wasn't, is gone, and now I just have depression because essentially the sandcastle that I built that he destroyed.
It was legendary. It was as a lion. I'm combing through the braids of lies.
She said hold on, I have to hear that again.
Oh, what a valiant ride. A field of dreams engulfed in fire.
Oh my god.
Your arsons match your somber eyes, and I'll still.
Holy shit. The cinematic theatrics that just came at the end of that song is fucking incredible. I've got a lot of feelings right now going through this. Oh my god. I feel like it's different whenever you just know that it's fucking real. Like, it's just different whenever it's a song that is coming from a place that is just so fucking real. And this whole time, listening to Taylor just describe how important this was, and then how it started to fall apart, and how everything kind of like ended up the way that it did, all for it to be at the end, Taylor realizing, you're the loss of my life. It's going to be the biggest loss that I've ever had to endure because you were the love of my life. And now it's no more. And we have to fucking live with those emotions when this happens to us. And I feel like it's more than just having to live with them. And again, I love the therapeutic release, but Taylor's fucking feeling it in that. And I love that she's so good at channeling her emotions. Like, it's just got to be so cathartic to be able to get all of this out the way that she does. Okay, I can do it with a broken heart.
The time of her life. There in her glittering prime, the lights refract. Sequin stars off her silhouette every night. Shit, they said, babe, you gotta fake it till you make it, and I did. Lights, camera, bitch, smile, even when you.
Lights, camera, bitch, smile. Okay, Taylor.
I
Fuck
can
yeah.
handle my shit. They said, babe, you gotta fake it till you make it, and I did. Lights, camera, bitch, smile, even when you wanna die. He said.
Bitch, smile even when you want to die.
Loved me all his life, but that life was too short. Get hard. I'm so depressed, I act like it's my birthday.
I was just gonna say, before we even got to those lines, I was gonna say, do you just love how this song is so sad and it just dropped to this upbeat fucking tempo? Like, I knew we were going somewhere.
Like I'm winning, I was hitting my mark. That's with him, but he avoids me like a plague. I cry a lot, but I am so productive. It's an art.
just feel so bad because so many people are gonna relate to this song.
You know you're good when you can't even do it. I keep finding his things in drawers, crucial evidence I didn't imagine the whole thing. I'm sure
I've like heard her do that sort of like vocal cadence or like melody style several times since Folklore, and I am a huge fan of it.
I keep finding his things in drawers, crucial evidence I did. Cause I'm a real tough kid, I can handle my shit. They said, baby, gotta fake it till you make it, and I did. Lights, camera, bitch, smile, in stilettos, cause I can do it with a broken heart. I'm so depressed, I act like it's my birthday.
It's such a banger. I mean, that really is how you know you're good. Like, I feel like anyone who feels like they are also part of the tortured poets department, and I would say that's just us that have a lot of feelings, right? We're struggling on the inside, all right? We got a lot of emotions, bro. But like, we get really good at this, really good at masking and being able to do almost anything with a broken heart, being able to smile even though we're dying on the inside and crying on the inside because we're good at hiding it.
You know you're good when you can even do it.
Oh yeah, and I would just like to say that that is the best version of like tongue-in-cheek that I've seen in a while, because the song sounds hyper, just pop, upbeat, super sad, right? It's upbeat, but it's super sad lyrically on purpose. The idea is like, I can do it with a broken heart. I can make these super upbeat, fun pop songs even though I'm dying on the inside. And I think that is like the best fucking statement for this song. I think that it's just showcasing like you got to be able to cover it sometimes and hold it even if it's hurting on the inside. Again, tongue in cheek. She's saying she can do this. The point is she's struggling. She shouldn't have to do it this way. All right, the smallest man who ever lived.
Was any of it true? Fuck was that guy? You tried to buy some pills from a friend of friends of mine. They just ghost. If rusting my sparkling summer was the goal.
If rusting my sparkling summer was the goal, I can at least speculate what this might be about.
And I don't miss what we had, but could someone give a message to the smallest man who ever lived? You hung me on your wall, oblivion.
Okay, I love this, and I know they're friends. When she says oblivion right here, she sounds like Phoebe Bridgers, and I'm fucking here for it.
Then sank in stoned oblivion. Didn't measure up in any measure of a man.
Fuck. There's so much this seems so unresolved when it was written, if you know what I mean. Like when you feel sort of the pain that I feel like I'm hearing, it feels like when the song was written, this was a very unresolved feeling for her. And you can just, again, I'm gonna use it a lot. There's a lot of tension in this record.
And I don't even want you back. I just were you sent by someone who wanted me dead? Did you sleep with a gun underneath our bed? Were you writing a book? Were you asleep? 'Cause it wasn't sexy once it wasn't forbidden. I would have died for your sins. Instead I just died inside.
What? There's just like so much right there. How do you just drop that many lyrics and expect us to just keep listening without even talking about any of this? I mean, the smallest man who ever lived is an understatement Taylor is putting this person above all else. You can tell that whatever this was meant a lot to her, and whatever this person did to her fucked her up. I mean, you can feel it. That pain is so, oh my God. I just love a big moment like this.
It wasn't sex, he wanted what I just died inside.
I don't know who this is about. I'm not gonna say, but I would have died for your sins. Instead, I just died inside. Almost like saying, like, I don't care what the world views. I don't care what people think. I don't care how people view our relationship. I don't care any of those things. I am willing to fucking die on that for you because I care about you so much. So there's just so much pain here. Ugh.
You deserve prison, but you won't get time. You're the rental car, he said. And in plain sight you hid, but you are what you did. And I'll forget you, but
Dude, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just proof that men are scum. And I will gladly say that forever because somebody did that to Taylor Swift. Like, the point is, no one is safe from men. Like, what the fuck? Her intensity in this song is everything to me. That emotion, her connection to this, her fucking feeling, again, that raw, just absolute anger. And it's not even just anger from a what happened. Like, obviously she's understanding with what happened, but she can't understand how you tricked her so much. She can't understand how you won her over and you were able to manipulate her. And she's hoping that when they declassify it in 50 years, because you had to be a spy, because there's no way that you would just come in and then just change your tune like that and treat her the way that you may or may not have done. But her being able to deliver it the way that she does is all the beauty of Taylor Swift. People can say they don't understand her. That's fine. You don't like her music? Sure, whatever. When you listen to that, though, you understand why people love her. Because you hear it. Like, you hear her heart plugged straight into your fucking ears for that moment. She is having a cathartic release in this song, and we all just experienced it. This is the Alchemy.
This happens once every few lifetimes. What if I told you I'm back? The hospital was a drag. Worst sleep that I ever had.
Yes.
I circled you on a map. I haven't come around in so long. The crown, baby, I'm the one to be. Cause the sign on your heart said it's still reserved for me. Honestly, who are we to fight the alchemy? Hey you, what if I told you
perfect
we're
use
cool?
of synthesizers
That
through all
child's
that.
play back in school. I belong. So when I touch down, call the amateurs and cut them from the team.
I mean, you know, okay, like when you hear a song in this style, you know it's going to be good from her because she like mastered this style. I feel like early on, especially like Fearless, I feel like the Fearless album has a lot of songs that are of similar, I would say similar sound sonically, just in the way that they're constructed with how this chorus comes in. I feel like we've heard similar writing style before, and I like that because she kind of excels at this like big major chorus that like I feel like sometimes extends longer than the verse. It's fucking sick. Falls into it so nicely.
You up over their heads, fears sticking to the floor, cheers chanted cause they said there was no chance, trying to be the greatest. It's still reserved for me, honestly, who are we to fight the alchemy?
This should be everybody's wedding song, come on.
On the benches we've been on a winning streak. Alchemy. This happens once every few lifetimes.
drunk in love. That's all she's saying. Look, at the end of the day, that's gonna be everybody's fucking wedding song. That's gonna be the song, because it's true. You cannot fight the alchemy. When you are so drawn to somebody, when you have that chemistry, the magic is brewing, that love potion is real. You are so just like bound with that person. And I mean, there's enough references here. I personally feel like this is probably about her current relationship, judging that she's talking about being the greatest in the league, running for the trophy, but you don't run the trophy, you run straight to me. I'm just saying, we kind of all witnessed that. But I just love the big songs from her. I like whenever she has a big theatrical sounding song. Like, it just feels very big. It's got this ballad feel to it. You feel those synthesizers coming. You feel all that kind of like breath coming in the song. It's just absolutely incredible. Saddest part of the night, other than like LOML or Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, this is the last song, Clara Bow.
Take the glory, give everything, promise to be that look like Stevie Nicks in 75.
Fuck
The hair
yeah.
and lips, crowd goes wild, but I think I might die if I made it down.
I think this is actually really cool of Taylor. I don't know if there's other meaning behind this song. I'm sure you guys will tell me, but this, you guys know how I do this. First time listen, this is my experience with this song. And I feel like this song is giving me sort of like inspiration. It's almost like Taylor saying like, hey, nobody said I could do it. Like, nobody thought I was going to see Manhattan. Nobody thought I'd be in LA meeting all these suits. Nobody thought I could do it. The point is, like, you can't let someone take away your sparkle, or in one case you said, you got to be dazzling. Yeah, you don't want someone to take that away from you and possibly take away your chance to change your entire life and follow your dreams.
Promise to be dazzling. The crown is stained by you're the real queen. Flesh and blood amongst war machine roars down on all fours, demanding more. Only when your girlish glow flickers just to be heavenly. Dance.
It's hell on earth to be heavenly. Can't wait for that tattoo everywhere. I don't know if that is Taylor. I don't know if that is like a poem or something. I'm not that cultured, but that's sick.
Breaks, they don't come by edge. She never did, the future's bright, dazzling.
Dude, yeah, so I am totally getting exactly what I thought from this song, which is that it's almost just that inspiring thing. Like, you can do this too. You can be the next one. And I love that, because she really is at the top of the top. And for you to be spreading that message and pushing that positivity, it is the thing that she's always been. The reason that we resonate with Taylor Swift isn't just because of the music. I think people get that wrong all the time. You resonate with Taylor Swift because she's fucking like relatable. And I feel like even though she's been a star for so long, she comes from very humble beginnings and backgrounds, and watching her story and listening to it and seeing all those things come together, this is a very inspiring message from her, because she lives that inspiration, and so many people, not just girls, but so many people look up to her for so many reasons, whether it be style, fashion, business, songwriting, composition, production. I love her from a musical standpoint. Watching her play instruments is incredible. So like, her writing that inspiring message is everything. I think that is such a beautiful like way to end this album. It's very early on. We just listened to it. But I remember how I felt when I listened to Folklore the first time. And I'm getting that vibe from this record again. It's the one where like it's really late right now, and I'm going to stay up and edit this video, but I'm going to keep listening to this record, and like I'm really looking forward to that right now. Like, I want to relive these songs so much, because I think we got a piece of Taylor that has been coming for a long time, but I feel like the evolution of Taylor and what she's gone through over the last couple of years really all comes into fruition in this record. I feel like there's a lot of heartache in this, and you're not only going to experience the lyrics of that, but you're going to feel it. While I think she does a really great job showcasing it lyrically, I feel like this is actually a record that was a lot easier to understand than some of the other ones where sometimes I'm really taking out the thesaurus to try to figure out what any of these words mean. I feel like I could follow along with these stories a little bit better, though I'm sure that I'm wrong. But there's a lot of heartache and a lot of sadness in this, and you really feel it. I feel like Taylor really does a good job channeling that emotion in this, and that's why I'm really looking forward to a second listen already, because I want that emotion. I want to feel that over these incredible instrumentals, but I want to feel those moments where she does like the high vocal run and then switches the song up and gives us a different cadence in the vocals. And then we get to the moments like, I mean, honestly, LOML and Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, which I think are probably the biggest like emotional tension points in this record, where I feel like listening to those songs, you actually know, without even knowing the stories, you know how she feels. And I think that takes so much power to do, and she did that here. The writing styles, I love the personality in this record. I love that we are, you know, it's little things like she says fuck a lot in this record. And I know that, you know, maybe it doesn't seem like a big deal. It seems like a dumb thing to even comment on, but she's getting older and like we're all growing up with her, myself included. We're so close. And like, I feel like when I listen to these lyrics, it makes sense from her perspective of where she's at in life now and how she's talking about these things that she's gone through. And I love that she's sort of like lifted the veil a little bit and made it even more personal and more easy to understand so we can really go through those things with her. Again, I love the cathartic release and the fact that she's using these songs as therapy for her to be able to get through these things. And you can hear it in every one of these songs. I mean, she really went through a lot with, it sounds like there's multiple relationships going on in this. I love it. And especially with a song or with a album title like Tortured Poets Department, because I feel like there's a lot of things for that. One, it kind of sounds like, just like we listened to in the Tortured Poets Department, that's a group that she had with somebody, right? And that was important to them. But also, if you think about it, as you're listening to this record and as you're listening to the lyrics and stuff, it really is these songs, and it's like you're tortured and you're sitting down with your typewriter writing out these songs and writing out all these ways that you feel and all this life that you're going to experience through it. And I'm so glad that it all worked the way that it did in this record. I feel like this is going to be so good. I feel like this is going to be so big, like monumental for her. I felt this way about Folklore too. I feel like I reacted to Folklore and I got off the end of that video and I was like, I think she did something really big here. Like, I think this is bigger than just me really liking this record. And I actually feel that way right now. So I'm calling it like this. I think this is going to be a massive fucking moment for her because everything just aligns perfectly. You know, she's already like killing it in the world right now. She's killing it with the Eras Tour. She's killing it in every front. She's an awesome relationship, all these cool things, right? But like, I don't even think she's at her peak musically yet. I mean, we are still seeing somebody pushing the boundaries of their own creative work over and over again. And it doesn't matter what the internet says about what, you know, people's styles and how they sound and who they're copying from and all this stuff. Y'all have to realize that music is all about pulling inspiration from everyone around you, music around you, your friends, all of those things, and putting those things together. We're talking about an artist who has put out an expansive collection of work at this point, and I feel like she has gotten even more into experimentation with her music. This is an absolutely amazing album, and surprisingly so that it is very sad, yet it has a lot of upbeat moments in it. I feel like the tempo is high in a lot of this, but even the ballads, even the sad ones that were really putting a knife in my heart, I couldn't look away. I just needed to keep watching it because I just wanted to feel those same emotions. Honestly, Taylor Swift's never going to see this, and that's fine. I am so proud of her though, because I feel like when you get to the very top, it's got to be very hard because every single move you make is in a magnifying glass. And I'm saying like that happens when you're a celebrity anyways, but like then you become Taylor Swift and you're higher and higher and higher. You're at the very top. Literally half the world wants to see you fail. The other half wants to see you succeed. It's got to be so difficult. But in this time, I feel like she's become more real of a person than she had ever been before, in the sense that I feel like she no longer gives a fuck, in a way that she's able to actually enjoy her life and enjoy the time that she has here. I love the fact that we got videos of her at Coachella just having a great fucking time and being a normal person, because you deserve to do those things. And it sucks that you couldn't. And obviously in some of these songs, we have even heard you lose some of your youth over those things. So I think that there's just a lot of power here, and I'm fucking stoked about this. I cannot wait to see what the reaction from everybody is when it comes to this record. I know that there were a lot of leaks. I stayed off of Twitter because I didn't want to hear it that way. I didn't want to see any spoilers, even though I did see some. I didn't want to. Like, I really wanted to just go into this and experience it the way that I got to. And I'm so fucking glad that I did, because I think this is going to be massive. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to check out Patreon. It supports my page. It supports everything that I do. Links in the description. It's so cheap to sign up, but you get this video, full uncut album reaction. The video is like 2 hours long. It's fucking fun. Hope you guys are having a great time over here. But hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below your 3 favorite tracks. I can't even pick 3 yet. Like, it's just too hard. I think Florida and LOML and Smallest Man Who Ever Lived are like sitting at my top spot right now. But you guys gotta let me know what yours are. Okay. I gotta edit this thing now. So I love you. I will see you all in the next one. Peace.